I'm not starting to believe that Salah put up all that performance last season to get a contract. Honestly, because he has been terrible ever since he signed the contract. Even towards the tail end of last season, he was not great after they gave him the papers to sign. He wasn't that great. And Liverpool have been getting away with late wins in the 96th and 97th minute, and now they've been given a test of their own medicine. How does it feel, Liverpool fans? Today, I was a Chelsea supporter. I hate Chelsea, you all know. But today, I had to support Chelsea, put the hate aside, and support a fellow London club. But today, it was entertainment, right? Today's football was pure entertainment, pure end-to-end football. Even after Liverpool got the equalizer, both managers still felt that there is more in this game, that there is something to be taken from the game. You get me? But Liverpool were actually not that great, especially in the first half. They were not great at all in the first half. They were not compact. They were just disjointed. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Estaval. Estaval is going to be a superstar. Trust me, Estaval is going to be a proper superstar. Because the guy came in and changed the game. I do not have a clue of what Pedro was doing all through the game. He couldn't penetrate, and Liverpool defense was there to be taken. And Pedro it wasn't just it for me. Trust me, he wasn't. And Enzo, though he turned up in the later stages of the game, Enzo Fernandez is not impressing me. I'm not being impressed by him at all. I'm not. He's not able to string the passes together to be able to get an end result and get the ball to the final third. Forgive me if you think otherwise. Put that down in the comment and tell me why you feel so. But I do not believe that Enzo is being the number 8. Enzo is not living up to the price tag. You lot seem to forget that Enzo is a 100 million player. That's a 100 million player. Is he giving us a 100 million performance? No, he's not. So in the first half, Chelsea were proper dominant in the game. They really took the ball to Liverpool. And I think Ancelotti knew. He realized that Chelsea were all out for them. Because the brilliant thing that Maresca did was, usually he starts with James in midfield. But this time he didn't start with James in midfield. He started with James at right back and Gusto at midfield. The only problem there was that because Gusto, we all know, is not a natural midfielder. So when it was actually time for him to, because João Pedro was making the runs, he was making those runs, but Gusto was not able to, sight him on time to be able to give those passes. So most times when Gusto is with the ball, his last resort, in fact, his only option, his only mindset is to go to the flank, pass it to Neto, pass it to whosoever is, pass it to Reece James, to see how we can, continue the play, but he wasn't able to move that ball in the central path. That's the difference between a midfielder and a defender. That's the difference. The difference between a midfielder and a defender. Because if Palmer was in this game, I am meant to believe that Chelsea would score more. Because in the first half, Chelsea should have scored more. Should have scored way more than they did. Okay? And also, Enzo Maresca made amazing substitution, even when he was being hit by injury. And mind you, I love that Chimpong guy. He was amazing. But Badiashile was amazing today. The fact that Chelsea's backline changed every game and they were still able to put up this performance, the players really wanted to play, because that's the difference. Do your players want to play for you? Do they want to play for the badge? But these players wanted to play. So I really admire Chelsea today. I'll give it to them. You guys know I don't come out here to, cite Chelsea and make them feel good or massage their ego, but they did a fantastic job. He made fantastic substitutions and the whole game, changed. Even when they brought in Florian Wirtz into the midfield, Chelsea was still able to contend Liverpool in the game. Injury is a threat to Chelsea. I don't know what he wants to do about it. I'm not sure if it's fatigue or is it because they didn't get enough rest due to the Club World Cup, but they're not the only team that played in the Club World Cup as well. I bet they went through to the finals, and PSG also went through to the finals as well, but the injury level is different and miles apart. Liverpool are actually a mess at the moment. They're a mess. There is nothing in the defense. There is nothing in the midfield. The attack is shit. Gakpo has just one style. Just one style. Cut into the right and shoot. Cut into the right and shoot. The ball is called, yeah, Sherlock. Honestly, just because of the Liverpool press. Apart from that, he is not brilliant. Liverpool sold Diaz and they don't have a backup plan for Diaz. Instead of looking for a backup plan for Diaz, you went to buy two strikers, two number nines that have the same profile for over 200 million. And that's going to haunt them. It's going to haunt them. Trust me. They are not going to, they will not get out of this. Kekers is a mess. I keep saying it. Kekers is not half of Robertson when Robertson was at full capacity. Even now, I prefer Robertson to Kekers. I saw someone saying that maybe if Kekers was in the back post, was still in the field, he would have been able to, nail off that cross that led to a Stavros goal. No, he would not be able to do it. Kekes is shite. He's a one-season player, did a great job at Bournemouth, but he can't meet up to the Liverpool tempo. He's not going to be able to do it. He won't be able to do it. And another thing that affected Liverpool in this game is the fact that they keep changing their midfield. And Szoboszlai came in today to play number 10. But it's not the same as them playing day in, day out. McAllister, Gravenberg, and Szoboszlai, the same way they played last season. It's different now because Szoboszlai most of the time goes into right back, which he did eventually today when they took off Conor Bradley due to the yellow card he got obviously. He got taken off at the time. I just want to add that I believe Ekitike should have started this game. There is no way I would have started Isak. Isak strolls. Isak is strolling on the pitch. Why is he strolling? He's strolling. He's not being involved in the play. I don't get it. Well, 3 games now, right? 3 games now for Liverpool in the Premier League and nothing has been done. So we'll see how it's going to go. Now on to Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal are the best team in England. They have the best squad in England. Take it or leave it. They are the best. You agree? They've got a robust bench, even with the injury scares. They're still doing what they need to do. Mind you, they have played 3 games in 7 days. 3 games in 7 days. That's enough to cry about fatigue. But they did not. That's what champions do. That's how big teams perform. You do not go out morning. Go in there, put in a shift, and get your win. And that's what Arsenal did. They controlled the game. And how would you know they controlled the game? West Ham did not have a single shot on target. Not even one shot on target. They were terrible. Even though Nuno tried to make them a bit more compact and, difficult to play against, but they were not it. I mean, maybe because Arsenal is a far, far more superior team, superior quality, and they've been able to put in a great shift, and it paid off with a 2-0 win, clean sheet. I've seen people saying Asaka should have given the penalty to Gyökeres. Why? Why should he give the penalty to Gyökeres? Today was supposed to be a milestone achievement for Bukayo Saka. 200 games played, and he had 99 goals contribution. He just needed one more. Maybe if Gyökeres had converted one of Bukayo's crosses to give him an assist, that way Bukayo would have had a 100-goal contribution. Then maybe he would have played the penalty. But there is no way Bukayo would have let that slide. He's an official penalty taker. He takes all the penalties, a brilliant penalty taker. So he deserves to take that penalty and crown off his milestone. So let's not even go there. He's been an amazing player for Arsenal, and he would always remain so. Arsenal are top of the league now. Top of the league. Great team. Consider only 3 goals so far. Very scary defense. Really scary defense. Because now it's not about teams are not really bothered about how Arsenal is going to play against them and trying to set up formations to match these teams. But how do you want to score Arsenal? They've only considered 1 goal in open play. One goal in open play. So how do you want to score? One was a Szoboszlai free kick. One was the other open play goal was Haaland on a brilliant counter attack. No, you can't take it out over from Haaland. He's an amazing player, brilliant player. So he is excellent. Arsenal are so excellent. Another thing you should also take note of is the fact that Arsenal players have the hunger and the passion to win the ball back quickly. When they lose the ball, they they go all out immediately and they swamp you like bees. You know how bees, now bees attack someone. That's how Arsenal players do. They need to get the ball from you immediately because they believe they have the right, the exclusive right, the franchise for them and only them to take charge of the ball, to hold the ball at all times. And that's how you know a winning mentality. They will put the pressure until they force a mistake from your end, get a penalty, or they score you from either open play or set piece. So Arsenal is doing a great job. Fantastic team. They have the best defenders in the league, not because they've got great defenders. No. Some defenders might be quality individually, but as a team, they cannot sink. Arteta made them sink. Arteta created this defense. He created this best defense that comes out of the mouth of everyone these days. Arteta created it. He did it single-handedly. When Arteta was out there purchasing defenders left, right, and center, they were screaming like, why only defenders? Why are you buying only defenders? Why are you buying only defenders? Can't you buy a striker? You need a striker. The best form of defense is to attack. But Arteta has changed the narrative. He has changed the narrative now. He's no longer best form of defense is attack. You have to defend first, because Bukayo Saka said something today. He was like, so far as you're keeping clean sheet, there is a very high possibility of you winning games. And that's true. Once you can defend your back post, one goal can come in and you win the game. And you can be sure that you're not going to concede. So Arteta created that team, and he needs to get all the kudos that he deserves. He needs all the accolades. I just want to point out there that when Arteta started, Eze, Rice, and Odegaard, that was Arteta taking off the handbrake. He wanted to go all out, full attack. You get me? He wanted to go at full attack. But what happened there was that we did not really exert the much of the control in the midfield, because we had two players with similar profiles, two number 10s, two number 10s and 1-6. I know Arteta just wanted to try it out and see how it's going to be, how that's going to pan out. But that didn't work. But the moment Mendy came in, we saw that control. The control was there. It was there. And Arsenal, dominated the game all through. Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres needs to do better. I'm not going to say more on him, but I'm just saying that he needs to start putting the balls into the back of the net. He's not being fed a lot, but the few that he has received, he needs to eat them properly. He needs to. Else, Havertz would come back from injury and bench Gyökeres. Yao would say that I said it. I said it first. Watch out and see. I want to give kudos to Calafiori as well. He's a wild card in the team. He's always making the runs. Arteta has given him that freedom to roam, go to the left flank, go to the right flank. You wouldn't even know where Calafiori is playing. So, because he has the wild card option, it makes it very difficult for the opposition teams to do man-for-man marking. So, even if you are doing man-for-man marking and we are in position, you now find Calafiori on the right wing position or dropping deep into the center to get the ball, right, from the defenders. Your player playing the right wing position will not be able to follow him all through. So that way, Arteta always has a free man on the pitch to receive the ball. So even if it gets tight and they're man marking, Calafiori can jump the ship, move there, get the ball, and then we can then see how we can reset the distribution. So it's a really, really great one from Mikel Arteta, and he's doing a fantastic job. I'm talking about West Ham are a little bit more compact now that Nuno has come in, and I believe they have a manager bound, because his first game he played a draw with Everton, and the next game was Arsenal. You were not expecting him to win Arsenal in his second game, obviously. He's only had, I think, a week of training with this team, so I'm still going to give him time. I know what Nuno can do. He did it with Wolves. He did it with Nottingham Forest, and I do believe that he's going to do it with West Ham. He's that manager. He's the guy for the job. Trust me, he's that guy. And I do wish him all the best in his future games, not just with Arsenal. So, and I do know that if Graham Potter was in the sidelines today as a coach, Arsenal would have scored 5 goals. 5 goals. Trust me, Arsenal would have scored 5. But he was able to contain Arsenal a bit. The players were, playing more passionately. His defenders, Mavropanos and the rest of the players, they were doing an amazing job today. Some of you couldn't really do a lot because all he did was defend. He was in the defense line trying to defend more. So kudos to Nuno. And as I said earlier, I know he's going to bring them up to speed. And it wasn't even supposed to be a challenge in the first place. Arsenal was supposed to defeat West Ham. So let's see how the next set of games would go for Arsenal. So off to the international break now. And I'll talk briefly about Man United versus Sunderland. Nothing really much to say. Man United got the win, and I discovered that Amorim tweaked a few things in the game today. He was able to, make the midfield a little bit more stable by committing more bodies in there. So in possession, I think they had four guys on the line, and the four guys out of the four guys in the midfield line, the two at the tail end were able to make the overlapping runs, to create more like four guys in front. When they're out of position, they will drop back and now have four guys in the middle. So it was something really beautiful to see. And I've seen that Sesko was able to, affect the play today, got the passes, distribution as well. And the style, I think it's because Sunderland are really great in the central area. That was the reason why Amorim, countered that by overloading the midfield, and it worked. It worked perfectly well for them. And he waited and waited for the whole world to scream that he should play a new goalkeeper that you bought. And now the guy has come in now and has kept a clean sheet. What else could you ask for? He's coming, kept a clean sheet. That is all you need. That's all you need, honestly speaking. So I'm happy for Manchester United. They've been able to get this one through. The record still stands that they can't win two straight games. And guess who the next game is with? Liverpool at Anfield. They're playing Liverpool at Anfield. So how do you expect them to make it work? Well, we'll be here after the international break, so that will be mid-month, and we'll see what magic Amorim is going to do at Anfield. It might get a draw, might get a win. I don't know, but let's see how that pans out. Sunderland are going to stay up. They're not going to be relegated because they're a great team. Xhaka has given them solidity in that midfield, and the other players as well are excellent. They're excellent. They have been able to synchronize and are playing as a team. If not because of the brilliance of the Manchester United goalkeeper, the game would have ended in a stalemate. You understand? If Onana Binder was in goal, they would have scored. They would have scored. But the keeper was brilliant. Top performance from him today. And I wish that he, brings out more of that from his gloves. And let's see what pans out now. So thank you very much, guys, for listening in today. I've already spent nearly 20 minutes on this recording, and I didn't want to do that. Remember to click the like button, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. We are trying to grow our subscribers as well, and also increasing our views as well. So thank you for what you've been doing. I can see the views has gone up as well, and the number of subscribers has gone up as well. Please do well to keep touching that subscribe button. Share the page as well to people, and let people come in and also follow up, and we'll expand the community. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll be up in the international break as well, commenting on games and doing my bits. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.